taco shows. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The highlights and, unfortunately, the lowlights that stood out this past week in the vast sea we call humanity.
This is 101.1 WRR Orlando's Rock Station. Hey, I want to give you a reminder, another chance to win Metallica tickets this morning. We've been doing this all this week. For You Say It, We Play It feature, which happens at 9 o'clock, but up till 9, you vote on the You Say It, We Played Artist of the Day, which today is The Clash.
I saw that.
Listener suggestion again. So 3 Clash tunes, the JRR Facebook page. Pick which one of the 3 choices you would like played back at 9. That automatically qualifies you for the Metallica tickets.
Again, you're voting on The Clash. Somebody's just randomly picked to win those tickets.
Okay.
So hopefully it's you.
Right. All right, let's plow through the bad stack here. Then we'll get over to Mr. Good News himself and the Good News Network, which he'll be accessing here shortly, I assume.
I'm having a little issue with it right now.
Okay.
All right, go on with your bad. Let's get the bad behind us, people.
All right, I mentioned this earlier this morning. It's an update to a story from back in 2024, January of 2024. Here locally, you remember the 30-year-old woman who was shot while in bed with her young children in what initially was thought to be a home invasion. Also in the bed with her was the father of the kids, 32-year-old Sean Range. Well, fast forward to now.
He was also shot, by the way.
Yeah, he was shot in the arm and injured, but not killed. Unfortunately, Portia Streeter was killed. The children who were in the bed were unharmed as well. Fast forward to this week. Sean now has been arrested, as well as his buddy Benjamin Garman, who is now allegedly arrested as the shooter. I guess these two concocted we need to get rid of her. Let's make it look like a home invasion. By the way, nick me in the process so it looks legit.
And you know the one thing that we really haven't discussed with that's sad is those 2 kids had to go through that.
Yeah.
Now they lost mom already.
Yeah.
Now they lose dad.
Dad's going to be in the slammer probably the rest of his life.
And they had to witness that. God, I hope they have a good aunt and uncle or a good grandparents, somebody to take them in.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So they don't get in the system, wind up on drugs, doing crazy tricks.
Speaking of drugs, we go down to Singer Island, where
I just had them doing tricks for drugs.
Florida mother is facing manslaughter charges after her 5-year-old son died after ingesting methamphetamine in the hotel room. Mom leaves kid with the babysitter in the hotel room. Kid grabs a bottle of apple juice from a nearby table, takes a drink from it. Oh. The babysitter told police that the boy immediately said it tasted weird and spit it out. The boy then started to shake and shiver and was cold to the touch with rashes forming. The babysitter said he thought it was an allergic reaction. The man told cops that he began to perform CPR when he noticed the boy became stiff and his head was tilted down. It took about an hour before anybody said, hey, let's call the 911 emergency line. By then, it was too late. Mom had put meth in the apple juice for whatever reason and left it out of the reach of the kid.
And they didn't call the authorities because they didn't want to get busted for it. God, that's
5-year-old gone.
Save the kid. Sure, you're going to get some charges, but save the child.
Yeah, Mom, Heather Opsnicks.
But when you're all methed up, you don't really think about that, Pat.
I'm assuming she was probably out trying to score more meth while the babysitter was with the kid in the hotel room. How about this Donna Elkins over there in Brevard holding the 2 young boys who were fishing behind her house?
We did an extensive break on her earlier in the week.
What?
Come on, lady.
Did you all hear this? You probably saw it on the local news. She comes ranting out of her house in a fit of rage because these 2 teenagers are fishing in a pond behind her house. Just one problem. The land they were on wasn't part of her property, which is what got her so upset. In fact, they were 35 feet beyond her property and out on a peninsula extending into this pond in this neighborhood.
I'm glad film was running. A camera was running when this happened because you watch the footage and just say, lady, what do you think? And even the husband comes out and grabs, it was a pellet gun, but the kids didn't know this. Even the husband comes out and grabs the gun from her while she's on the phone calling 911.
She told the boys she was going to blow their heads off.
Yeah. They're fishing. They're not out causing trouble.
This rocket scientist in Fort Myers searched on the internet, search phrase, dent in baby's forehead, a day before taking the critically injured infant to the hospital. Investigators said Shona Hochsprung and Alexander Ransom had brought the baby to the hospital, but when interviewed separately, had different stories as to what happened. Basically, they dropped this kid on its head, and the kid experienced a serious head injury, and they didn't do anything about it. Rather, they just tried to Google what was going on. And
hey, we've all had a mistake as a parent. You know, if you drop your baby on the head, it's not your fault. You made a mistake.
Kid's now in critical condition. Not sure if kid will make it or not.
Remember I told you when our daughter was born, you know how you have that bottomless pit in your stomach that something's going to happen? I'm talking about when you drive home from the hospital.
Yeah.
You're thinking, I'm not worthy. We have a life in our hands. And then we put the baby on the counter. In the little, what do you call that? The
carrier.
The baby seat carrier, the one that, it kind of rocks.
Yeah. Car seat.
Fell off and upside down.
Jesus.
We were freaking. But everything was cool.
Quick, Google dent in baby's head.
No, it was quick. Let's go back to the hospital.
Exactly. Sad news in Medford, Long Island. A 59-year-old guy who operates a cat sanctuary dead, as well as 59 cats. I'm sorry, 65-year-old guy and 59 cats dead in a fire that broke out in that cat sanctuary. He was trying to save as many cats as he could when he perished. 150 cats did make it out and survive. But Christopher Arsenault perished in the flames in that earlier this week. And then
Come on, we got to be done soon.
I got two more to go here. Suspect in custody in Dallas after he walked up to a bride-to-be who was in town from Oklahoma celebrating on a bachelorette party with some friends. They had just wrapped up their party and were walking to their ride share.
Yeah.
This guy walks up to the bride-to-be and punches her square in the face for no reason whatsoever. Just drops her.
Oh, my God.
Shattering her nose, broken teeth, concussion. Just
put him away, and for a while, this guy's sick.
And I got to throw this one in here too from last weekend. This Miriam Yeremi who crashed into the family on the sidewalk in Brooklyn, killing a mother and her two children for her reckless driving. And
yeah. Hey, back to the bride-to-be. I bet you're going to hear an update on that story. That something was said at a bar, or he knew the ex, but there's no reason to do that. They were
from Oklahoma and in town in Texas, and he was coming from the opposite direction.
I caught you, but I'm telling you, I think there's something more that's going to come out of this. Wow. All right, do you got the power flusher ready?
I do. Are you ready to flush it all away?
Oh, yeah, please do.
Before we head over to the good news now. This is from Taco's bathroom at his house. It's so impressive.
And might I point out, Pat doesn't even have that pot, as we call it, that lever all the way up. That power flusher just got rid of all those dirt bags. Let's go to the Good News Network.
Is it working for you now?
Yes. I'm getting major pop-ups now, though. All right, here we go.
This part of the feature is very thin on any kind of details.
You know what? Sunshine Coast recycles wastewater to irrigate farms instead of dumping it. You see what in the river. That's a good idea, not to dump wastewater into the river over there. Sunshine Coast. That's like Aussie, right? Australia? I think so. If you want more, you can click on the story yourself. Oh, let's go. Pop-ups. Oh, my gosh. A record number of 736,000 sandhill cranes, Pat. They flocked to Nebraska in the spring migration. Guess what? No bird flu. Pow! So you can get that ribeye in the sky.
Stories astound.
What?
Ribeyes?
Ribeye in the sky. I say ribeye and Pat everything's gone. Squirrel.
I'm ready.
His ADHD is just ribeye ready. Wow. This one, who cares about that? A 3-year-old found an ancient Egyptian scarab seal at the site of David and Goliath's battle. Can you believe that? A 3-year-old just a little kid playing in the dirt, probably shouldn't be. He's going to get worms or something in his butt. But, that kid found the 3-year-old kid found an Egyptian scarab. That's like a little fossil picture that it's worth a lot of money. He's got college tuition.
Fossil picture.
That's something.
Is it framed?
It might know. Here you go. For reference. I think it's like they were old coins, like they'd trade that for pharaohs and stuff. Okay. Pow! I'm sorry for all the pals. Kazakhstan. We don't hear that much unless it's Borat. They have an effort to restore the last wild equine species. Huge boost, man. 150 of these horses now. They were down to like one. Well, there had to be two, birds and horses. Oh! They got your Roadrunner in there. Yeah. Oh my gosh. A 49-year-old becomes the first blind woman to swim the English Channel. And then it says, quote, nothing is impossible.
It just doesn't sound like a good idea.
No, they had a boat there cheating. Yeah, not cheating. I don't want to take away from old Blindy. But it's like, they had a boat going, okay, stay straight. Turn left. The other left,
Dock.
Yeah. Shark. Wait, not in the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Well, she gets a pow. There's this thing. Your wiener dog made it in there, too. The Good News Network.
Was missing for 18 months, and they're not sure it's domesticated anymore.
And I said I wasn't going to do it because they wasn't home, but the Good News Network says Valerie, the wiener dog, survived 18 months in the Australian bush to make it home. So I guess Valerie's home again. Look at little Valerie. Now you get a face with the name. See her in the arms?
Sure, yeah.
She's in the arms of the owners, and she's not like eating their faces off. There you go, Valerie. Pow! And then, last but not least, we all think rats. Ugh, gross. In East Africa, rats have prevented 400,000 new cases of the deadliest infection that's out there using their super sense of smell. So these dudes, look at this guy. He just has like a pet rat on his shoulder.
Which infection is it?
I don't know. It's, hold on. It's in Africa. It's probably the AIDS. I don't know for a fact if rats smell AIDS, but here you go, you rat smellers. Pow! I think we'll close on that.
I got to learn not to ask for more information in this segment. Lynch and Taco's commercial-free Workday Rock Block coming up next.
Lynch and Taco on